my dears, and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Pamela, and today is the last day of my One Palette for a Week series. In case you missed the first 4 days, they will be linked down below for you guys, but if you are not interested or curious, just know this week I struggled with the Colourpop Element of Surprise palette, and that was because of the fact that everything in this palette runs pink, and then on top of that, what you see in the pan is not what you're going to get. And I now know that I find that quite annoying and not very practical in my opinion. I will say though that today I feel like I was very successful in making this palette work and not coming out with a pink eye look like I have most of the week. I focused my attention on these 3 shades here, and I feel like this is my favorite look out of all of the 5 days, only because it wasn't very pink, and this is kind of the vibe that I had been going for a majority of the week. Like, I wanted to create different looks that didn't have that pink undertone, but this palette just made it impossible to do that. And I'm not gonna lie, this is probably going to be the last time I use this guy. It's just gonna be benched and probably never taken out again. Also, I can't see myself decluttering it unless I literally throw it away, and that is because I don't think anybody in my family would be interested in this palette. The color scheme is all over the place. It's definitely, you know, not a beginner-friendly thing. If you're a little bit more advanced in makeup or are willing to mix it with other palettes, then it could totally be a win, because there are some pretty fun pops of colors in this palette, of course, but in the end, it's just I am the kind of person that just likes to grab one palette and use one palette only. I don't like to mix it with other ones or add other colors from other palettes or anything like that. So this will definitely, like I said, be the very last time I use this. Quick, I want to say thank you to all of the people who left me beautiful comments and complimented me on all the looks that I created, because I was always so negative about them, and I, you know, gave myself a hard time this week about this palette, and I want to say thank you for being so nice and so supportive, and those comments are honestly what kept me going and what kept me, you know, from not finishing this little week's series or whatever. So again, thanks. Again, I think I was very successful in today's look and making it not pink, so I'm pretty happy with that. But I'll also be honest, I'm gonna remove this as soon as I'm finished, only because my eyes are feeling very irritated today. I've been wearing this palette for 3 days straight, and after today, I'm done. I just want to take it off and not put it on my eyes ever again. I don't have any more babbling, so let's just get right into this. Yes. Okay, so I've already primed my eyelids, except for this time I did not set them. I wanted to go in with Sea Stars today, and I thought that maybe if I didn't set it with translucent powder, it would be a little bit more true to color, but it wasn't the case. I tried as many things as I could with this palette, but as you could see, it's still just not that color that you see in the pan. So obviously I put this color all over the crease, and I did buff it into the eyelid as well. Then I went into details, and I just focused this color mostly on the outer corner of my eye here, and I placed just a tiny bit into the crease just to sort of blend it in with that Sea Stars color. Again, this was not that dark brown that I saw in the pan. Today it came out a little bit more purple, but better than pink, I guess. Also, if you hear Cecilia in the background, I'm so sorry. Like I've always mentioned, she also lives here. And then I took that first fluffy brush that I started with to blend things out. Then I went in with Peace of Mind, and with this color I basically just applied it with my ring finger here. Obviously I applied this color all over the lid, and I was really happy that this was probably the only shade in the entire palette that was true to color. What you see is definitely what you get with Peace of Mind. Then I took the brush that I used previously just to blend those edges out. So off camera I put on all of my makeup, and then I went back into Sea Stars, and I just focused this color on the lower lash line, and I really took the time to smoke this color out. I wanted it to be as grungy as possible. Using that same pencil brush, I went into details, and I did pretty much the same thing, except for I focused this color more on the outer part of that lower lash line. And again, I wanted it to be nice and smoky, so I brought it down just a little bit. Then I went in with Subdue, and I used this color to highlight the inner corner because this was the only other color that didn't have too much pink in it, and it was definitely a little bit more purple than pink, and I just thought that that would look pretty cool with this look. And last but not least, I went in with a ton of mascara. And that's all I've got for you guys today. So hopefully you enjoyed this week's One Palette for a Week series, even though I was not a huge fan of this palette. Again, you guys were the ones that kept me going and kept me from quitting this thing because I was this close to just call it quits and say, I'm sorry, I just can't go on. It's just not gonna happen. This palette is not my favorite and I'm just not having fun. And sometimes I think like when you're not having fun doing this thing, it's like not worth it or not worth posting. But at the same time, the support was so real and so great that that was the reason why I kept going in. So glad that I finally was able to make something work for me and not come out with something pink. This also taught me something, and that is that I need to stop being so impulsive when I purchase things, especially eyeshadow palettes, because I'm a sucker for eyeshadow. Eyeshadow is my favorite part of like the entire makeup process, and this was definitely impulsive, and I now know I need to like take the time, watch reviews, look up swatches on any palettes that I would like to purchase in the future, because this guy is basically just going to sit on the bench for the rest of its life. Definitely taught me something, and you know, I work hard for the things that I buy, and I'm pretty disappointed that I don't quite like this palette anymore. If you're curious, on my lips I am wearing nothing. I have nothing on because I am about to remove this as soon as I'm done filming this. So yeah, if you like this video, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and spread my love for makeup, and I will see you guys next week with new stuff that's not this palette. Bye bye.